Hi kids, welcome to art class. My name is Miss Roz and I'll be your PACE teaching artist today. In today's video, we'll be drawing a cool, colorful turtle with a creative shell as we ask the question, can a turtle live without its shell? What do you think? Later, I will show you a picture and let you decide. We will learn what a radial design is, and we will draw shapes, lines, and patterns in a round symmetry. Our turtles will all be very creative. For today's project, you will need 2 pieces of white paper, some crayons to color with, and if you happen to have markers, those will be helpful as well. Turtles are the only living animal with backbones in the hard shell that encases their bodies. Notice all the shapes and patterns you see in this turtle. Turtles can hunker down inside their shell for protection from predators, but a sea turtle cannot go inside its shell. Scientists can guess a turtle's age by examining how many rings they have around their shell, similar to a tree. It also has a shell on their underside with different shapes and patterns. That also helps protect them. There are openings for its head, its tail, and its legs. In this picture, you can see that the turtle's backbone and ribs are connected to its shell, so it cannot roam about without its shell. The shell is made up of dozens of connected bones with nerve endings. That means a turtle can feel when something touches it. Look at all these cool designs and colors on these different types of turtles. The turtle's shell helps keep their bodies from becoming dehydrated in sunny or windy climates. Some shells help a turtle to swim, and some have spikes and scallops that help camouflage them. Okay, I'm going to ask you the question, can a turtle live without its shell? What do you think? The answer is no. Next, I'm going to visit my pet's tortoise who lives in their backyard. Tortoises have shells like turtles, but they only live on the land.
Hey boys and girls, this is Tilly the tortoise. He only lives on the land. He's my friend's pet. Look at his shell. Look at all the shapes you see and all the different colors. I'm going to put Tilly back in his little habitat. He lives in this little pool thing, and his owners say that he hibernates sometimes in the wood chips and the pine needles when he gets cold. Tilly's a cool tortoise. Now, all tortoises are turtles, but not all turtles are tortoises.
Now let's look what radial design is. Radial means round. The pattern comes from the center. Can you tell what shape is in the center here? That's right, a diamond. A turtle shell is a round oval, so we're going to put a pattern of shapes starting at the center and keep going around the center shape to make a design. So after the diamond comes an oval, then hearts, then another oval, then what's next? Triangles, then dots, and then rectangles. So all those shapes start from the center and move to the outer edge. Now let's look at this radial design. It starts in the center, remember? What is the shape you see right in the middle? A small circle. Then there are triangles and more circles around. Then what do you see next? Triangles, hearts, and more triangles. You getting the idea of what radial design is? We keep repeating the pattern from the center to all the outer edges. This is a fancy one a student has made. What shape do you see in the center? A star. Then each ring gets bigger and bigger with different shapes. I love how each ring around the circle is a different shape and a different color. There are many things in nature with a radial design. Look at these flowers. All the petals go around the center. So flowers have a radial design. Let's see if you can name all these things that have a radial design. Seashells. Your eye. Slices of fruit. Berries. They all start with the center in their patterns and go around the middle. Before we draw our turtle shell, let's practice drawing some shapes. Get your first piece of paper out and your pencil. I'm going to draw with a black marker. Put your paper up tall like Miss Roz and write your name at the very top in the middle. We know wherever our name is, that's going to be the top of our paper. Got that? Great. Let's practice doing some harder shapes that we haven't done in a while. How about diamond? I want to make this up near my name, near the top. When you make a diamond, you go up the mountain, down the mountain. Try to get the lines the same length. Then you go down the mountain, up the mountain. Got that diamond? Now watch, we're going to rotate our paper. I'm just going to turn it one turn. So now my paper is lengthwise like a hot dog. And we're going to make a diamond, but still near the top. We're practicing for our radial design. Make your diamond. Got it? Is anyone having trouble? I'm going to show you a trick this time. Guess what? Let's rotate it so our name is upside down. Is your name upside down at the bottom? If it's not, put it like that. If you're having trouble making a diamond, do this. Make a cross. Can you do that? Then go up, down to each corner, and draw a line. All right, one more time. Rotate it. Yeah, so now we have a new top. If you want to make a triangle first, like this, that's another way you can make a diamond. You have 4 diamonds? We're rotating it all around. We're practicing rotation. Now my name's back at the top. How about a heart this time? Next to the diamond, let's make a heart. How many of you already know how to make a heart? Great. If you're having trouble, let's make it. What I want you to do, rotate your paper, turn it. You see I'm turning it? Now it's lengthwise. If you're having trouble, put 2 dots and then start at the top dot and go up and then down to the bottom. Start at the top dot, go up to the other side and down to the bottom. Rotate your paper. Let's try another heart. Practice it either way. Good. And rotate again. Do we have 4 hearts rotating? We're turning our paper so our heart faces the edge. The 2 curves face the edge on each side. Now let's put our names back at the top. Rectangle. That's 2 long sides and 2 short sides. Rotate it. Let's practice. Let's practice the rectangle. That's a good shape for our turtle shell. It's nice and long for an oval. Rotate. Is your name upside down? You getting this rotation thing? That's how we do the radial design. I didn't close my shape. And the last one. Great. My name's back at the top. I'm spinning it around. If you know how to do stars, those are good shapes. We did stars a couple of times in our projects about Starry Night. Go like a teepee, give it some stick man arms, and then arms to legs, arms to legs. Want to watch me again? I'll do it again. Draw a teepee, stick man arms, arms to feet, crisscross. Great. Now that we got the rotation around, we got the idea about our radial design. It's time to start our project, so get your other sheet of paper, your crayons, or your markers. It's time to draw our turtle. The type of turtle I'm drawing is going to be a sea turtle that lives only in water, except to lay their eggs. So with your other paper and your crayons and markers, I want you to write your name on the back. So turn your paper over and write your name at the top, like that. You can write it with your pencil or your crayons. I have my paper up tall like a building. So put your paper like this, and now we're going to find the middle of the paper, and the easiest way to do this is to fold it. So take the bottom and reach the top, match the corners, like that, and then gently press. And then you fold the left side over to the right side. And you've made a rectangle like this. Is your paper folded like this? Now undo it. Now you can see that right here in this little cross, that is the middle of our paper. Now we're going to draw the turtle shell first, and it's an oval. So I'm going to use a marker, but you may want to use a pencil for this to make sure you're going to make the oval large enough. Okay? So watch Miss Roz. Here is the very top on that line that you see. I'm going to come down a little ways because I need to leave room for a head, and I'm going to put a dot. Can you put a dot with your pencil about right there? Great. So that's the top of the shell. So go way down near the bottom. Do you see near the bottom? We don't want to go to the very bottom because he has a tail. Here's the bottom, and come up just a little bit and put a dot right there so we'll know that's the bottom of the shell. Also, he has legs. So we're going to put a dot. We're going to come in on that line a little bit on the left and about the same amount of distance like that on the right. Can you see that? So now you kind of see you're going to make an oval. Let's practice it with our fingers first because that way it helps us. We're going to start at the top, and I'm going to go round a curve, not straight, a curve. It's almost like a curve, like a rainbow from this to here. Are you doing this with your finger with me? Do it like this so you can practice. And this is going to be a curve, like a smile to the bottom dot, all the way back up here. Practice with your finger. And so when you start at the dot, you can go to this side, and you can go to this side, and then it'll make a round shape. We just don't want to make it too small. It does not have to be perfect, but we don't want to make it too small. Okay? When you feel you're ready, using your pencil, start at the top, curve to this dot, curve to the other side. I'm curving like a smile. And turtle shells aren't perfectly oval. Sometimes they have a little point to them. So if it's different, it's okay. So now do you have a big oval? Great. So we can see where the oval is. If you have a marker, once you're satisfied with your oval, can you trace that oval so we can see it really dark? Or if you have a crayon, you can do that as well. I'll just go over mine with a crayon. So retrace your pencil lines so they're nice and dark. So that's our radial shape. It's a oval. It's an oval. Okay? Where do do we start when we're making a radial design? We talked about this earlier. Right in the middle. Put your finger on the very middle. And you get your choice. What shape do you want to put in the middle? Let's do one of those shapes we practiced, like diamond, rectangle, heart, or maybe another oval. It's up to you. Choose a fun color, maybe your favorite color. I might pick red. I'm going to choose a diamond. But you choose what you want if you want a heart. And let's put it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Nice and large so you can see it. Good. Once you draw it, I want you to color it in with the marker or color that you have. Great. You have the shape that you need? All right, we're moving on. So I'm going to make a ring so we know that is the middle. So I'm just going to make a little ring right around that shape. We're dividing our circle and our oval into sections. Got that? And anytime you want, you can change colors, because remember, this is going to be a colorful turtle. You have that ring around the middle shape? Now, we're going to make another ring. How about we make another one kind of close to the oval we already drew? Looks like it's twin. You know how twin children look the same? Some twins look the same. This is the twin oval. So start at the top, go around in a different color. So now we're dividing our turtle shell into sections. Now I'm going to give you some choices. You could put dots around here. You could draw lines around here. What kind of pattern? You could make a zigzag. What could you fill in this space around here? I might do just straight lines and make this into little rectangles. Do you see how my lines, I'm turning my paper to keep it straight? I go from the top to the bottom, and as I'm drawing around, I'm rotating to make different shaped rectangles. Because it's hard for you to draw straight lines when you're not rotating your paper. If you want, you could put dots, you could put a zigzag, but go all the way around that ring. Got it? Okay, let's think of some other shapes that we haven't done. We're making the next ring. We're going to go real close to the oval we did before. I'm going to make a heart at the very top of that ring like that and color it in. All right, did you make your shape at the top? Whatever shape you decide, a heart or whatever, make it like that. And color it. All right, let's rotate our paper. So now it's a long ways like a hot dog. And now we're going to draw the heart this way. See that? And I'm coloring it in. It's time to rotate. Now this heart is upside down. Is your top heart upside down? Just like our name was. So we're making our design come out from the middle. And rotate one last time. So now we have hearts all the way around. You can fill in some like this. They can look different because I could have colored heart and not colored heart, or you can color them. You see I'm filling it in the middle. So now I have the shape all the way around. Great, and now we're going to go back so my big heart is at the top. Good. We're making rings. I'm going to choose a color I haven't used yet. So do you have shapes all the way around? All right, I'm going to divide it up again. I'm going around. Do you see I'm going slowly so I don't bump into any of those shapes? So now we have a nice ring inside here. We could do some different things. What could we do? We've done rectangles, we've done diamonds and ovals and hearts. We could do stars, we could do dots. I don't know, what are you thinking? I might do the dots or the circles, like dotted line. So there's my dots. I need to rotate it because it makes it easier to work on, because this is a radial design. What did you decide to put in the space? Any line or shape or pattern are you thinking of? Rotate as you go. Great. So now we have a really cool turtle shell with the radial design. Good. All right, so now we're going to make his head. We're going to draw his head and his legs. This is going to be a sea turtle, so they have some big front arms like flappers that help them swim. So, at the top is going to be his head. It's not very skinny. It's going to start right here and kind of right here. Can you make a big curve all the way up to the top? Like that? And that's where his eyes are going to go. And actually his mouth is right here. And he kind of has saggy little eyes like this. So I'm going to put some little lines like that. You can draw his head in whatever color you'd like. Now we have this big space for his front arm. So I'm going to go up and all the way to the edge. I'm using all my paper. That's one side of his arm, his right arm. Now I'm going to go down a little bit. It's kind of thick, and then it kind of gets thinner right here. So it's a curve and a curve. Here's his right arm. Go to the other side, up and down to the edge. Same thing. They kind of match. You have two legs, and then his back legs are not quite as big. Curve and curve again. I curve out to the edge and curve out to the edge and curve out to the edge and curve out to the edge. So that's our sea turtle with radial design. And then here's a little triangle tail. Great. Now we're going to use our colors and color everything. I want you to think creative. I want every ring around the center to be different. You can color his head and his body any color you want. Sometimes sea turtles are brownish. Sometimes they're green. It is your choice. I'm going to color mine green, but you color it what you want. I'm using my crayons for this part, so if you have crayons, now is a good time to use it if you were using markers before. So quickly color each ring. I don't know, maybe we could do a rainbow, huh? That would be awesome. But use any colors that you have in your crayon box. Sea turtles come on the beach every year to lay their eggs. They walk up the beach and they find a place to lay their eggs. Now their nests are being protected, and you might find a place roped off on the beach where the eggs are, and they're waiting for them to hatch. Once they hatch, they all walk out to sea. Some of them make it, some of them don't. Sometimes birds or different things get them. But it's always a good time when we can see those sea turtles laying their eggs at the beach. So I've used green and I've used blue. Let me see what other colors I can use. How about darker blue? So are you coloring your turtle? So once you have finished coloring your turtle, you can decorate the outside so the turtle looks like he's in the sea. You can draw some waves around the edges. The water can be green, the water could be blue, any kind of ocean. So if it's taking a while for you to color, this would be a good time for your teacher to pause it until everyone has finished coloring their turtle. Now, would you like to look at some fun and creative art projects that other artists have done with the turtle? Great! I would love to see all your radial designs. Here are two examples that we've done. Does yours look similar to this? Did you draw them in the ocean? Great! Such a creative project. I hope you had fun today drawing your turtle. I'm glad you got to visit my friend Tilly the tortoise. Tilly could live to be 100 years old. I would love to see all the radial designs you have made on your shell. I bet we all drew different shapes, lines, and colors, and that makes all of our art unique and original. Join me here next week for another visual or creative movement lesson.